Alright, hello Case. So for this video lesson, we'll do a quick recap on the Blue Collar Boys, and then we'll try to get some of the real chords instead of just the two-finger chords that we've been doing. Try to get all the fingers going, and then we'll also get more of the, where did it go? There it is, the solo for the Blue Collar Boys. After that, we'll go to lesson 4, recap some of those things that we did, and then we'll focus on the main riff of AC/DC, It's a Long Way to the Top. So to start off, let's just go through the chords. So just remember capo, 3rd fret, and that'll just raise the pitch up 3 frets. And you can just keep getting faster and faster with those changes. And if you see how it's the D, G, A, D, long G, long A. You do for the long ones, you could do like 2 strums for those, but for all the others, just go as fast as you can. Go from the D chord to the G chord to the A chord, D chord, just go as fast as you can. And then all you need to do is just add the strums. But once you got that speed of transitioning between those 3, it'll be all good. Let's see here. Let's try to get some of the full chords now. So here they are right here. So G, D, A. So with the capo on the 3rd fret, remember we're using the 5th and 6th frets. So for that G chord, so that's the full sound right there of the G chord. What we've been doing still sounds nice, but it's not as full as that. So what I'm doing right there, we're doing the middle and pointer, same spot, but now ring finger is on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Pinky is on the 1st string, 6th fret. And for that, you'll strum all the strings. So there's going to be some opens on the 3rd and 4th string. So open on the 2 strings in the middle. And just make sure you're curling your fingers. There you go. So then those notes in the middle can ring out, because if you have them a little straight and touching those strings, the 3rd and 4th strings, it can get muted a little bit. So you want to make sure you curl your fingers. And by doing that, you can kind of like move your wrist a little bit outward if you need to. But don't do it too much that your wrist is at a weird angle. It's nice and open. And just for here, so this is remember the bottom string is the thickest string. Thinnest string is at the top. So your middle finger, 6th fret, pointer, 5th fret, open, open, ring finger, 6th fret, 2nd string, pinky, 6th fret, 1st string. And now starting with this one, the D chord that we've been doing is this. The full one is this. Not too different. So all we're going to do, what we got to change now from this 2-finger version, we're going to drop that middle finger that's usually on the 2nd string down to the 1st string, 5th fret. So your pointer is 3rd string, 5th fret. Middle finger is now 5th fret, 1st string. Ring finger now comes down, 2nd string, 6th fret. And you're going to strum from the 4th string down to the 1st string. And that's another thing where you want to curl your fingers, because if this ring finger is flat a little bit, it'll mute the first string. Just like that. Just want it nice and open. So from what our 2 finger to the real one. Now the next one, the A chord right here, how we've been doing that one, the 2 strings in the middle, these 2 right here, 5th fret with the pointer in middle. All we need to do with this is add our ring finger to the 2nd string, 5th fret. So instead of being like this, ring finger comes down, 2nd string, 5th fret. There we go. And that's the full versions of those chords. And to transition between that first one, the G chord, so remember 6th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret, 6th fret. From this one to the D chord, you can keep your ring finger held down. All your other 3 fingers come up. And now your pointer and middle go on the 5th fret of the 3rd and the 1st string. Right back. Ring finger stays down. And then you form a little triangle. So 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. And then from the D chord to the A chord, you just lift all your fingers up, go to the 5th fret in a nice line from the 3rd or 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 5th frets, all in the same fret. And those are the real chords for that one. So now let's get a little bit of the solo, some more. So last time, okay. So last time we got these 2 right here. Remember 12th fret on the 3rd string. 12, 10 on the 3rd string, and then 13th fret on the 2nd string. And how that looks is right here. "12, 10, 13. Or you can go there you go, 12, a small bend, so you're just rotating your wrist, kind of like you're opening a doorknob. So you can even just do that pointer on that 12th fret, slide back to the 10th fret, and then ring finger 13 on that 2nd string, 13th fret of the 2nd string. So that's the first 2 right there. Bam, 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 bam. This next one, it's 13, 15. 13, 15, and that's on the 2nd string, up to the 13th fret of the 1st string. And how I do that one, I go pointer, ring, pointer. "13, 15, 13 on the 1st string. 2nd string, 13th fret, 15th fret, 2nd string still, 1st string, 13th fret. And then back to the 15th fret of the 2nd string, and then after that, little bend, hold that note, back to the 13th fret. So everything that's highlighted here goes 13, 15, 13, up first string, back down to the second string, 15, 13. So what we have so far, 12, 10, 13, 12, 10, 13, 13, 15, 13, 15, 13. And just remember, first string is that first line, second string, this line, third string, this line right here. Here we go. Start on the third string, 12th fret. So that's what we have so far. And we'll go over this also in class. Next thing we have right here. We'll go right here. So after the 13, 15, 13, 15, 13. So it's just a lot of sliding. You can even do that just with one finger right there. So you start on the 13th fret. And that's right here, right after that, the double dots. The double dots is the 12th fret. So 13. 13. Next dot is the 15th fret. Next dot is the 17th fret. (13), 13 again, slide to 15, slide to 17. So strum again, slide to 15, slide to 17, and then strum again. Strum, slide, strum. Strum, strum, slide, strum. And that's this part right here. So you strum the 13th fret, strum it again, slide, and then strum the 17th fret once again. We have... After that, the rest of it's pretty easy. We just go back to the 13th fret now. And then slide all the way to the 20th fret. And that'll look like this. So I'm just going to do from here to that 20th fret. I'll play it here so you can see the tab follow along. And then I'll go into the full cam. So how you do that, 13, 13, 15, 17, another 17, slide back to 13, slide all the way to 20. And just these dots, 15, 17, 19. So it's one fret over from the third dot right there. So what we have so far is back to 13, all the way to 20. After that now, we slide back to 17, 15, 15 with the bend, and then 13. So I'll start from the 13, go to the 20th fret. Now 17, 15, a little bend on 15, and then 13. And that's the full solo. So not too bad right here. So let me recap measure by measure. First part, we have the 12, 10, 13. 12, 10, 13. Third string to the second string. Third string to the second string. Now we have 13, 15, 13, 15 with a small bend. 13. And that's the wow, 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 wow. 13, 15, 13, 15. Hold that 15 and 13. All in the second string and first string. Next thing right here, 13th fret. Thirteenth fret on the first string. Remember, it's right after that double dot. "13, 13, 15, 17, 17. After that, we go all the way back to the 13th fret to the 20th fret. So up from the 17th fret to the 13th fret. Slide back to the 17th fret, 15th, bend 15, back to the 13. So that full thing right here will go a little like this. So something a little like that. So the hardest part that we'll get through is these first two measures, and then the sliding, once you know exactly which frets you need to go to, that'll be pretty easy a bit. Okay, now next thing we'll do, we'll get it's a long way to the top riff. So let me just make sure I didn't go too much out of tune. A good time to make sure you're in tune when you're changing. Okay. We're going to be on the first fret with the capo. And we're raising the pitch up one note, or since we have it on the first fret, that'll be that's how you note. We raised it up. Okay, so we're going to use open, so that'll be that capo on that first fret is our open. Third fret, we're just going to lay our pointer down on the fourth and the third string. So we're going to mute. If you remember to mute, lay your fingers lightly on the strings to make that noise. If you're pressing a little too hard down, then you'll be fretting. You don't want to have that. You just want it to be a nice muted sound. And then it's going to be open on the fifth string, third fret on that fourth and third string. So just holding it down just like that. Without the mutes, just strum 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. And to stop the noise, you kind of just karate chop the strings down here with your picking hand. A little bit slower. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. And now with the mutes, let's add those. So it's these X's right here. We're just lightly laying our finger across all the strings and strumming. And it'll sound better with a little bit of distortion on, so let me put a little... Oh yeah, I don't have that there. Let me just keep it with this one. Okay, mute. And that's the full the main riff that they do a whole lot during the song. Just that power chord right there with those mutes. So get the mute, 1, 2, mute 1, mute. And if you see right here, my left hand, it'll go down and then up. And then I'll also bring it down whenever I'm karate chopping to stop all the sound for that mute. And then you go again with that power chord. Boom, 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 boom. Mute 1, 2. Mute 1, mute 1, 2, mute 1, mute 1, 2, mute 1. So that's that riff right there. Let's see here. And then for the last thing, let's get a little bit of power chords. So if you see right here, that 3, 5, this first one, 3rd fret, 5th fret, you play those at the same time on the 6th and the 5th string. Let me make sure, okay. Gotta make sure that this guitar is in tune because it likes to get out of tune really fast. So 3rd and 5th fret, that's the first dot and the second dot. You can either use your pointer and ring, pointer and pinky, but strum those two at the same time. Drop it down to 2, 4. 1 more fret over. 1 more fret over. If you see, that's open, but you can also just use your pointer on that 2nd fret. You can go like this to the pointer. You can go forwards, back to the 0, 2. You can also do that on the 5th and the 4th string here. So 3, 5 power chord, a 2, 4 power chord, 1, 3, 0, 2. You can also go from that 6th and 5th string up to the 5th and the 4th string, back to the 6th and 5th, 5th and 4th, 6th and 5th, 5th and 4th. Do something fun like that. I think that should be all good. And just for here, the power chord's 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3, 0, 2. That's on the 6th and the 5th string. And these 4 are on the 5th and the 4th string. And actually, let's go over these 6 chords really quick of AC/DC. They like to use these a lot. So if you remember at the beginning, the G chord, so this is the G chord with the capo on the 3rd fret. So if you subtract 3 from these, it'll be 3, 2, 3, 3. And if you see over here, this AC/DC G chord modified, because they mute this 5th string right here, 3, 0, 0, 3, 3. And that 5th string is muted. 3, 2, 0, 0, 3, 3. So it's the same type of G chord. The thing that's modified is that 5th string. Usually it'll be a 2nd fret, like this. but AC/DC, they mute that one. So then all they use is middle finger for that 6th string, 3rd fret. And then they keep their ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. 1st string, 3rd fret is the pinky. So that one, the modified version, and then to mute that 5th string, you can lay that middle finger flat instead of curling it up like you would with the normal one. So normal one with the curled middle finger. Now middle finger flat to mute it. So it sounds like that. So stay in this position right here. What we're going to do is just drop down that middle finger from that 6th string to the 5th string, and then we have their C chord that's modified. And we're also going to keep that middle finger kind of straight, so we mute the 4th string now. So we drop the middle finger down 1 string to the 5th string, 3rd fret, middle finger, lay that flat a little bit. So now that 4th string is muted. Keep your ring and pinky in the same spot. All right. Next thing we're going to do, the AC/DC D chord that they have modified, and it's the exact one that we do with our 2-finger power chord on the Blue Collar Boys. So it's just like this. Pointer on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Middle finger right here on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Oh. And you don't play the 1st string or the 6th and the 5th string. You only play the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. That's what that one will sound like. And now, here's these last ones, and these are kind of like these power chords right here. These are the power chords, I should say. All we're doing is just laying our pointer flat to add an extra note in there. And that's what those are right here. That's what that is. So it's just the pointer laid on the 5th and the 4th string with an open 6th string. So my pointer is laid on the 5th and the 4th string. And you strum the 6th, 5th, and the 4th string. You can drop your pointer down 1 string with both. So now you're on the 4th and the 3rd string. The open is now on the 5th string. And then the last one right here, because we just did that one, just that shifts up 1 string for everything. Now for this one, it's just like the 2/4 power chord that we were doing earlier. We just add another finger and we get this one. So we can use our pointer and ring finger for that 2nd fret pointer on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 4th string, and then right here our pinky can go down onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So this is like the normal 2-finger power chord. It's just the 2nd fret, 4th fret with the pinky, without the pinky, with the pinky, and then without it. One more time with it, without it, and that's with it. So there's the 6 chords of AC/DC. These are all 6 that you'll see in the majority of their songs, if not all of them. So there's a little bit of that one. The It's a Long Way to the Top. Oh, and then right here, that 033, that's the same as this one, just with a capo on the 1st fret. So then it shifts this up 1 fret, and that's how we're here. So if we were in F standard tuning without the capo, then it would be 022. And then it would look just like that. But for right now, I have it tabbed for the 3rd fret, just so it's easier to see. And it makes sense because we're on the 1st fret with the capo, move that up 2. Now we're on the 3rd fret. So it's just a little bit easier to read than having it out like that. So there's the solo right there. Went over that one. Just get faster with the chord changes. Try to get the real chords, the full ones. And then, there they are right there. And then here's the power chords. These 6 chords of AC/DC that they use like all the time. And then It's a Long Way to the Top. So mute, strum it once, strum it twice, mute, strum it once. Bow, 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 bow. And then that should be it. So have fun practicing that, and see you next week.